Oh, I can't explain it to you. I really love you done to me. Hey, Santa Cruz.
Old School 92.1.
Hey, Leo. All right, I'll talk to y'all. Yes, honey, it's a party, it's a party, it's a party. I'm doing a lot better. Thank you all. It's wonderful to see y'all. This is a short little, I don't like to call it rants, but I do be ranting sometimes. Y'all just forgive me. As you get older, your patience get shorter, and I have pretty good patience, but this, I'm going to change the title. I'm going to change this to something like it's not the children, it's the adults. As y'all know, I've been in pediatrics for over 20 years, on and off. I've worked also with geriatric patients, special needs patients. You name it, I've done it in my 20 plus years. Let me just say this. Pretty much my entire time on YouTube, I have defended, I'm not going to lie to you, I defend anybody that I feel that gets a bad rap, you know, and I think black people as a whole, I think we get a bad rap. In the particular space that I was in, I felt like it was constantly black women getting a bad rap. But I defend anyone, man or woman, that I feel deserves to be defended. And that's the thing, in these spaces we talk a lot about the worst of our community, and it's not right. Every day, and this is, you know what, I'm gonna change that, but it's not even about race. Every day, y'all, I see good parents and I see bad parents every single fucking day. Every day, good parents and bad parents. So what does that tell me? Of all races, I repeat that, I don't care the race, it does not matter. I was gonna go to this grocery store. I think I'm gonna go ahead and head on out someplace else. But I've seen abusive parents. I'm gonna just flat out call it what it is. There have been kids that I felt sorry for because I know that they're being verbally and emotionally abused. And do you know how I know that they're being verbally and emotionally abused? Because they're getting abused right there in the public, in my freaking dental chair. Right there. I think a lot of people need to educate themselves on what abuse is. Even on here on YouTube. When people are calling you out your name, that's a form of abuse. Now, have I called people out their names? Absolutely. After they done attacked me, so absolutely. The gloves are off. But you have people that will call their loved ones and you know, just people that aren't doing anything, all out their names. This, that, and the third. And they don't think that that's abusive. That is very much abusive. Very much abusive. There's an old, I think my grandmother told me this. It's not even an old saying, it's just common sense. Treat people the way you want to be treated. But this is the thing, if you would not call, let me put my seatbelt on. If you would not call your grandmother the B word or the H word, or you would not call your granddaughter or grandson the B word or the H word, why is it okay for you to call your spouse that? Why is it okay for you to, like, why is that okay? It's not okay. You know why? Because it's abusive. You use that type of language in a public place and you would get put out on your behind. Because guess what? Everybody else, maybe that's the way you conduct yourself at home, but everybody else in this facility does not deserve to hear that type of abusive language, and they're going to put you out on your behind. You know, I see all types of families, all types of kids, all types of parents, and it's a mixture. Today I was a little bit disappointed. I was frustrated in this particular parent. I really was. It wasn't the children. And I'm going to be honest, 9 times out of 10, it's not the children. When you work in pediatrics, it's not the kids that get on your nerve. You can deal, we're trained to deal with the crying and the whining and the, that's nothing. But when grown-ass people act like they don't have no home training, and keep in mind, when the parents act a fool, you best to believe the kids are sitting right there doing the same damn thing. They acting a fool. You don't have to look too far. You do not have to look too far. The apple does not fall far from the goddamn tree. And it's sad. Give your children a chance. If you want to be ignorant all your life, you want to be ignorant as hell, then you go be ignorant. Let these kids have a chance. Let them have a chance. Show them the right way. Show them how to behave in public. Oh, they don't know how to behave in public because your ass don't know how to behave in public. Y'all know we go over medical history. We have to. We have to go over medical history. There was something marked on the child's chart that I'm almost certain was not right. Because I asked her, I said, does the child have any allergies or, any type of medicine that the child is on? She sucked her teeth, rolled her eyes, didn't want to answer. Hey, we unlock. Hey, young Riaz. Just all that attitude. And I ignored it like I always do, honey. You're not going to ruin my day. No, God, honey, because I get a paycheck regardless of your mood. You see what I'm saying? But I'm going to be honest, it's a bad look. It's a bad look when black women do this because we already have to fight so hard against the stereotypes. You and I both know, y'all know that there's white women that come into Asian women, Indian women. I've had all type of races sit in my chair. I've seen thousands of patients, y'all, in my 20-something years. I guarantee it. And let me just say, probably at least 1,000. That's a bit much, but at least 1,000. Because when I was in the military and I was working in dental, we saw hundreds of kids per day coming through MEPS. And in pediatrics, depending on the size of the office, you could see literally 60 to 80 kids coming through any given day. Now, am I saying I saw all 60 to 80? No. In offices like that, we have multiple hygienists working at one time. You might have 4 or 5 hygienists in the open bay working at one time. And we each might see 15 to 20. It depends. It really depends. Kids. That's why I got out of pediatrics. Come home, my damn back hurting, my neck hurting every day. Because the child won't keep still. But kids, we expect that from kids. What we don't expect is grown-ass adults to have an attitude for no reason. What are you getting an attitude for, lady? You want me to give your child something that they're allergic to, and then you go up to the front and complain about it? Would you prefer that? Hey, MTG, congratulations, y'all. MTG TV child, she got 8 million views. Yes, honey, I liked it. I started to share it, but I did like it, and I left you a little comment under your video. Congratulations. That's hard work, y'all. That is hard work, and it pays off. But I'm just having a little vent about some of the things I see. And it's not about, all I know is, ladies, your children are, and gentlemen, your children are a reflection of you and their home training. So guess what happened? Sure enough, when I sat in the chair, the little boy rolling his eyes and sucking his teeth. Well, I just need to look to my left. His mama sitting in the chair rolling her eyes and sucking her teeth. Your kids are watching you. If you don't, my thing is, if you don't care about yourself, care about your kids and their future. Because a good attitude will go a long way in this world. You know how many jobs I got just because people like my attitude? Just because I tell my son this all the time. It's about how you conduct yourself, how you carry yourself, how you present yourself. You don't always get a second chance you don't get a second chance to make a first impression. You need to come in that building smiling. and chasing like you the goddamn Joker. Even if it's a bad day. You know why? Because you want the job. You want the position. You want the internship. Do y'all know? Y'all probably don't know this, but in dental school and in hygiene school, some colleges, I know in my college, they do a personality test. Could you imagine if I had an attitude like hers, talking about I'm gonna clean somebody's teeth today? I just had two beautiful children. I had 3 2-year-olds today that did wonderful. They did everything on their own. They didn't cry. They let me clean their teeth, rinse and suction. Look at their teeth in the mirror. They did wonderful. Okay. But could you imagine if I came in there with that mom and that dad with a nasty attitude? How y'all doing? My name is Mahoghany. Could you please, tell your child, just a nasty attitude. Nobody wants to deal with that. If you approach me and my child with that attitude, I'm gonna be like, ma'am, you cannot touch my child. No, we want somebody else. We want somebody else because your attitude sucks. Ma'am, your attitude sucks. And like I said, it makes other black women, the thing is, there's so many beautiful, wonderful black women, and I know because I was raised by them. I was raised by them. My mother, my grandmother, my sisters. Wonderful people. Church-going women, neighborhood women. Women that fucking, check on you when you're not feeling good and stuff like that. Real good women. But no, you got to be a goddamn jackass. Y'all, I'm going to go in here to this Food Lion. You got to be a jackass. And, that's y'all, I done work at almost every dental office. Crazy. Every time I used to work at the office over there. Let me just say this. You only get one time to make a first impression, and your children are watching you. They're watching you all the time. So be on your best behavior in front of your kids. If not for nobody else, it's not about me. It's about you teaching your kids how to behave. Your kids are rude because you are rude. I got into hygiene school not just based on my grades. Yes, my grades were very good, but I got into hygiene school because I had a great people personality. And that's why people fucking request me. They request me by name everywhere I go. I've had dentists. I've got dentists in my Rolodex that call me, hey, we want you. Can you work this weekend? That's not by happenstance. That's because I act like I got some goddamn sense. Now, I'm going to get off of that. Yeah, she did the most. And it was like, girl, just look at the paperwork again and make sure it's correct for your own child's sake. Also, I want to say this. I had a little, I see autistic children. I see all types of children, special needs kids. I want to tell the parents. Yeah, I think I'm going to name this dental hygienist rant. I want to tell the parents. Stop limiting your children because someone told you your child has autism or has some type of disability. Stop doing that. Let them try. Let them do what they can do. Because they still have to live in the world. And I know it's hard because you want to protect them. Let me tell you something. There's nobody more protective than a parent of an autistic child, whether it's fathers or mothers. They are all very protective. And like I said, this is in every race of people. I had an Asian boy last week. Every race of people, and his father was very protective over him. But I had to look him in the eye and I had to let him know, let's see if he can do it. Because he was telling me that he can do this and he can do it. Well, let's try. And if he doesn't do it, then we'll try again next time. But we're going to keep on trying. Don't limit your child because of what somebody in the educational system done told you about your child. You know your child, and the Most High know your child better than anybody else. People always want to put these kids in a box and tell them what they can't do and what they can't be. Stop doing that. I wish adults would stop doing that to all children. Stop telling these kids all kind of stupid shit because you don't believe in yourself. I have all the boys. I don't know what it is about our boys. They all want to be NFL players. And I said, you know what? You could be an NFL player. One of my patients, I posted his picture. He made it up to, he was drafted, okay, out of high school. He was drafted for out of college football. But he's very popular down here. The point is, you know what I say? I said, well, that's cool. You know, a lot of kids want to be that, but you got to have a backup plan. But I never say you can't do anything, because you can do anything. And with the Most High, it is possible. And yes, I believe in the Most High, and I will continue, because I know that's who has kept me all this time. I've been through a lot, y'all, just like many of y'all. I don't get up here and necessarily say everything I've been through, but I have been through a lot. And it's through the grace of freaking the Most High. Absolutely. You call him what you want to call him. I call him y'all, but you call him what you want to call him. I believe in him. And I stand firm and confident. When I ask him for something, I know I'm going to receive it. And I sit back and I wait and I say, thank you, Father. And that's what you guys need to do as parents. That's what you need to do. Stop letting people limit your children, tell your children what they can't do and this and that. Stop it. And you stop doing it to your children. Speak life into your children. That woman that I was telling you about earlier, she came over there and she was like, ew. That's what I say. Abusive. She was complimenting her daughters, being real nice to her daughters, and she was really nasty to the little boy, I guess, you know, trying to toughen him up. But that's not the way. A lot of you women, I'm just going to say this the honest truth. Am I in a relationship now? No, but I'm going to be honest. I've always had a man. Mahoghany Rootz ain't never been manless, okay? I'm just going to be honest. Maybe a year or two. Not that I need a man. I'm just being honest with you. I don't have a problem getting a man or keeping a man. Some of y'all need a man around because you just don't know what the hell you're doing. And you fucking these kids up. I'm just going to be honest. You're fucking them up. You're babying them. And if you're not babying them too much, you're you know, like today. Just being extra rough on them for what? What are you being extra? My thing is, if you got 3 kids, you need to treat all those 3 kids the same. Now, if he's not doing as good as the girl, you need to have a conversation with him. But don't try and humiliate the child in front of all the kids in the fucking building. Yeah, she showed her ass. I said, ma'am, can you come over here and review this medical history? Well, I already told you he got ADHD and he got, why are you yelling his medical history? Excuse me, we got HIPAA compliance in here, ma'am. We got a policy. You should have signed the sheet, honey. That we are HIPAA compliant. That means you don't go yelling his medical history across the room. Oh, child, some of these parents, oh God, I don't know. I would not put some of these parents in charge of my pet rat, honey. Let alone my child. We got to pray for these kids. Some of these kids are being brought up by people that do not deserve to have them. I'm going to be honest. And it's not just women. I've seen men do it too. There was a man over there just hounding. His son was doing fine. He was opening up. And here he is standing over him. Open. Let me do my job. If I need him to open more, I'll tell him to open more. You back the hell up and let me and this child do what we got to do. He don't need you hovering over him. Some of y'all need to take parental classes. I'm going to be honest. You do. You have no business dealing with children, being around children. You don't know what you're doing. And you're fucking, I'm going to be honest, this ain't going to stay up long, but you are fucking these kids up. I'm trying to tell you, you're fucking them up. Kid, you wonder why the kid, and I see them, they be real nervous, scared, shy to say anything. Sometimes it's because of the parents. Because every time they say something, they can't right. You always got to criticize. You know, you coming over there, ew, yuck. Lady, please sit your ass down. Okay? Because you and them spandex, yuck to that, okay? Honestly, y'all, if I could say some of the things I want to say, whew. Y'all don't even know. But let me just end it with this. Some of y'all need parental classes, flat out. Obviously, you're doing the best you can. Maybe you're doing what you will learn. Maybe your parents treated you that way, lauded you out in front of everybody. That doesn't make it right. It's not right and it's not appropriate. And at the end of the day, most of these places have policy. When you in a medical facility, we have policy and we don't yell out people's medical information. But act like you got some sense, honey. Stop rolling your eyes and sucking your teeth like you a goddamn teenager when somebody's asking you questions about your child's health. Have some discipline. Back up. Stop standing over people when they're trying to, if a doctor or if a healthcare person is dealing with your child and talking to them, let them talk to them. Trust me, you'll have your time. Every time I step in the room, I talk to the parent and I talk to a child. When I'm talking to the child, that's my time with that child. I'm trying to assess that child. And finally, for the people with the kids with the autism, let your children try. A lot of times, and I've seen this a bunch, a lot of times the kids cannot progress because I get asked all the time, how did you, because a lot of people have seen the improvement in my son. How did you do it? Well, I just didn't let him get away with shit just because he was autistic. A lot of us will let our children, let me tell you, there was an autistic boy, not the Asian boy, but there was another autistic child that was pulling on the lights, jumping up and down on the seat. And she's like, oh, he's autistic. Sweetie, that has nothing to do with him being autistic. That's bad. Hey, H&M, that's bad. Hey, Mace Taggart. Hi, sweetie. How you doing, boo? Good to see you. I miss you. If you still go live, I'll come over there and see you, sweetheart. Mace, me and you need to do another show. I'm coming back. I've been kind of, going through a little something, but I'll be back. I'm just having a little rant about these kids and these parents. But yeah, your child jumping up and down on the chair like a wild animal does not have nothing to do with him or her being autistic. That has to do with you not disciplining them. When my son acted up, he got spanked, period. Period. That has nothing to do with autism. And then when they get older and they're still out of control, you want to blame it on the autism. That has nothing to do with autism. You should have disciplined that child. Y'all need parenting skills. Hey, Zero. A lot of y'all do. Now, I don't know. I love my children. I love all my children. I love my special needs. Now, that's one thing I will never get out of. No matter what branch I decide to go, office I decide to go, I will always love working with my special needs, adults and children. But children overall, it's the parents that just get on my last nerve. And no. 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 And like I say, it's sad because these are the women and men that get the attention, these negative people. Like I said, I know so many beautiful, just educated Black people, men and women, that act like they have sense, they have wonderful kids. And, no problems. But then you have a few people with nasty attitudes that should not have kids, and then we all get painted with the brush, Black women this and Black women that. No, let me correct you, honey. Not only did my son surpass the reading limit, or the reading standard, he reads higher than a whatever limit that they say that Black boys don't read at this standard, whatever. The Black boy that I raised definitely reads above that standard. When he was in high school, he was reading at a college level. That's why he graduated top of his class. He graduated with a 4 point something, or almost a 5 point something. I didn't even know that was a possibility. That autistic child graduated top of his class. My brother was told that he was dyslexic. I'm almost certain. I be saying words backwards and reading shit backwards all the time. I was never diagnosed. But somehow we still managed to somehow do something with ourselves. So stop letting people limit your children. Stop letting people tell you, and you stop telling, you got to believe in your children. Dear God in heaven, you got to believe in your children. If you don't believe in your children, they don't have a chance in hell. And a part of The dysfunction is the verbiage, and the words that you're using with your children. Stop saying, oh, he can't, she can't do this. Let them try. Let them try, goddammit. And let them try every single fucking time. Let them keep on trying until they get it. Let me tell you something. I'm going to just tell y'all a story. When my son first started cutting the grass, when I tell you he had a Z like Zorro in our yard, and that grass looked so fucked up. That grass looked so fucked up. But after a while, and then my boyfriend at the time, he wanted to take over, and I was like, no, let him finish. And I would actually get mad. I'd be like, no, let him finish. Let him finish. And by the second and third time, he was cutting grass like a professional, honey, and fast. You see what I'm saying? But I let him try. I didn't try and take over because I know I'm not always going to be around. Stop calling these kids. Their special needs is even more reason to make sure that you get them right while you're here. Make sure that they learn and do as much as they can independently as long as you're here. Because, you know, and that's the thing that we have to worry about when we have special needs kids. We have to worry about when we're not here. Do we have somebody trustworthy that's not going to try and take advantage of our children? Is our children ever going to be independent enough to live on their own? We have these worries on our brain constantly. It's different than with a quote unquote normal child, because there is a spectrum and some kids are different than others. But yes, push them just like you would any other child. Push them, not too hard. But let them try. Let them try things. Support them. Show them love. You know, just, you can do this. You can do this. You got this. I know you can. I believe in you. Things like that. You don't walk up to a child and say, ew, look at you. You're not brushing your teeth. Well, you know what, ma'am? What I wanted to tell her, if he's not brushing his teeth, well, that's on you, isn't it? Because shouldn't you be making sure that he brushes his teeth before he leaves the house? So why are you trying to make this child look bad in front of me? No, he don't look bad. You look bad. Like I said, when you walked in there with those colorful tights on it, you look bad. Yelling across the goddamn office like you ain't got no home training. You look bad. Not this 12-year-old baby sitting in my goddamn seat. I hope y'all have a wonderful day. This won't stay up long. It's just a little hygienist rant, a typical day in pediatric hygiene, honey. Y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. I will be back up here soon. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about, but I'll be talking about something. Y'all have a wonderful day. Peace.